An opening day loss for Kudus Mohammed and West Ham United. The Ghanaian began the 24-25 season on an unfortunate note, beating by Aston Villa. We'll talk about him today. We're also going to talk about Antoine Semenyo, who was on target for his club side AFC Bournemouth as they share the spoils with Nottingham Forest. Earlier on Friday, that was Manchester United versus Fulham. And the Reds were fortunate to get all 3 points late on. Thomas Partey was in action for Arsenal as well. We'll have a look at all of that today. But as usual, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. We'll have a look at the performances of Ghanaian players in the Premier League, which kicked off on Friday night. Iñaki as well in La Liga was in action for his Bilbao side. But I'll start off from the English Premier League, and it started for Ghanaian players on Saturday. Arsenal took on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Thomas Partey was in action for the Gunners as he's hoping to have an injury-free campaign. Partey's campaign last season was bridled with a lot of injuries, and this season he's hoping that he can stay on the pitch longer than he did last season. His first game for Arsenal versus Wolves, they got the best possible start to their campaign versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Partey was in action for this one here as Arsenal were able to win 2-0 at home. Goals from Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka ensure that the Gunners got all 3 points versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Some controversial decisions in terms of the red card to a Wolverhampton player after his tackle on Kai Havertz. But all in all, Partey and Arsenal will be concerned about the 3 points on the board. Last season, we all know how it ended for them. They were unable to overcome the juggernaut that is Manchester City, despite drawing 2 games versus them. Their bane was the Aston Villa games. But the Gunners will hope this season City will probably be less motivated to win a title. They won 4 in a row. 5 in a row, they could do it and set a record in the Premier League. Are they that motivated? We'll see about that. On to my next Ghanaian player, and it was Antoine Semenyo, who got a goal for his club side AFC Bournemouth, a late one at that. After Chris Wood gave Nottingham Forest the lead in the 23rd minute, Semenyo, who is now more basically the main striker for Bournemouth, was able to also find the back of the net. Antoine will be leading the line after the sale of Dominic Solanke was confirmed by Bournemouth. They have signed in a replacement, but he will take some time to ease himself into the Premier League. Antoine has 2 years in the Premier League under his belt, and will probably use that and the goal he scored now in the first game to probably cement his place as the main man for AFC Bournemouth. 1-1 it ended, both teams sharing the spoils. And Southampton also did not do themselves any justice. Despite being a man up, they were unable to take advantage of that and win their game. They lost 1-0 to Newcastle United. Ghanaian Kamaldeen Sulemana out injured for this one. He could not make it, and it meant that he would be out of this clash here. Thomas Partey, Antoine Semenyo, and Kamaldeen Sulemana. Tomorrow we'll have more action, but rounding off Saturday's fixtures was Kudus Mohammed and his West Ham United side. Kudus will unfortunately not have 3 points after his side lost despite taking the lead early on, and Aston Villa equalizing and coming back. A second half win for them was what ensured that they got all 3 points. Kudus Mohammed was in action, full throttle, bursts of pace, action, dribble here and there, but it was not enough to end his side win or a share of the spoils. Paqueta got them off to the best possible start, but they could not hold on to it, and they faltered in the end as West Ham United had to start the campaign with a loss at home. Iñaki Williams was in action with his brother Nico Williams, who got a standing ovation after coming on as a substitute. Athletic Bilbao were in action on the opening night of La Liga, and they had to share the spoils versus Getafe in La Liga. Iñaki Williams was in action. He played the full 90 minutes. Nico Williams came on as a substitute in this game here to a standing ruckus ovation. And that is how I end today. A quick update on the Ghanaian players, their performances in Europe, English Premier League mostly, and also in La Liga. More games coming up tomorrow. We'll have a look at Leicester City for the first time in the Premier League after their immediate return. Abdul Fattah Ishaku could be in action for his new manager. We'll see about that. We'll also have a chance to watch Chelsea versus Manchester City. Thinking of doing a watch along for that one. Let me know what you think in the comments box. Would you be interested in that? Let me know your thoughts. Mediama opened the TNA stadium. Goldfields have done an amazing job at that stadium. Also, the Swatraman and also will be involved in the CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations Cup, and Samatex involved in the CAF Champions League as well. Swatraman will be playing at the Accra Sports Stadium tomorrow. We'll be having a watch with them tomorrow. But let me know your thoughts in the comments box on everything I've spoken about here. Performances of Ghanaian players in the English Premier League, La Liga, special mention. We'll do a full roundup of all the performances on Monday. Your thoughts in the comments box, and all the best to Eswatraman and Samatex taking part in their very first campaign in Africa. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend.